What is good with y'all boys? Welcome back to the channel, where today we will be picking up where we left off with Jillian Michaels versus the Anti-BodyGame experience. The last time we were on this episode, right? Lord Farquaad was getting voted off by the other big backs for being unsufferable. Again, shout out that boy Mulatto Ronin for submitting this. Without further ado, we're about to continue. So let's go ahead and play this shit.
Term. And I
Agree with you.
pause
there.
I agree with
Sorry,
you.
you've been voted out by the majority. Please return to your seat.
So earlier you were speaking about how there's randomized control trials that
There's
show
Mendelian randomized control trials that have now shown us that obesity is causal to all-cause mortality.
Okay, so I disagree with that. I think there's going to be a
I have
problem with
dozens.
So,
Fact check
here's why I disagree.
So Shorty came in right off the bat. What I be telling y'all about these feelings over fact shit, bro, right? She came in and said, yes, I understand you have multiple sources that basically dispute everything that I'm about to say. I don't give a fuck, because I feel like obesity is something different. That's the type of energy that these people be bringing around, and that's why nobody's on body game, right? Because they feel like they should be jacked and shredded, but what they eat is something completely different.
Because
You can disagree.
no, but let me please let me hear me out.
Okay.
Okay, so the reason why is because registered dietitian, school for 6 years, studying nutrition, weights, all the stuff, and
Tell
we
me
can't
what
keep.
lipotoxicity is.
It doesn't come up in my curriculum because it's bullshit. Because it's a TikTok thing.
Yo, what? Look, all those credentials that she just came to the table with need to go straight back out the window, and your citizenship. Yeah, your citizenship and your titles need to be revoked. Get the fuck out the country, nigga. Because the level of bullshit that you just came into here with, right? The United States does not need any more citizens bringing down the national IQ. It's already low enough as it is. And if you went to school, right, where they make you literally take tests that you cannot pass with feelings, you have to pass a test with facts, right? If you did all that shit just to come on this panel and say that, yeah, all of my schooling invalidates what you said, even though what you said is factual, you're absolutely cooked. Deport.
That's like,
What
cortisol
is it?
face or whatever.
It's
but
not.
please, just
Listen
back to
to
the
me.
studies.
It is not bullshit.
Back to the
It's
studies.
ectopic fat.
Look, we cannot keep a human in a lab and control every factor, but have the only thing
why
that's
they
different.
use Mendelian randomized control
But can you just
trials.
listen? So a person,
that
a person.
inherently eliminates any.
Yo, Jillian is tired as fuck. And this is like, what, the third contestant? Is it the third? Right? Because the first one was that circus clown. Then the next one was MK Leo. And then it's this one. She's gonna have gray hairs very soon if she keeps dealing with these clowns.
Conflating factors because they're based on genetic predispositions coupled with
But can I
lifestyle.
just share?
Okay.
A person in a larger body has experienced things that we can't undo from the fat. So, for example,
Like what? Waking up and eating a whole tub of ice cream at 3 a.m.? What kind of shit are y'all experiencing? Moving slower? Like, y'all literally have lag. Y'all lag in real life. Like, you guys have extra frames. Is that the shit that you experience? Right? Because anything else outside of extreme inflammation, being a big back ain't really the experience.
they might have negative health outcomes because every time they go to a doctor, instead of being given an evidence-based treatment, like I have unearned thin privilege, I go to a doctor, I say, my stomach hurts, I get a full
You're
workup.
basically saying the earth is flat. Are you trying to tell me that having
What is she chiming in for? You got voted. You were the first person voted off, right? You fucking cat lady. No more emotes from you for the rest of the discussion.
fat in your liver,
I just wanna talk
having
about-
fat in your heart, having fat deposited in your brain is healthy.
No, I just want to talk
Okay,
about...
so no, you're not trying to say that it's healthy.
No, I'm not trying to tell you that is what I said. I was never talking about the health of it.
Okay.
I'm trying to say everything you're saying is hinging on this idea, and it's a problem that we disagree on it, that it's the weight in and of itself that leads to the negative health outcomes.
This bitch just said a whole bunch of nothing. Like, how do y'all manage? Actually, I understand how y'all manage. Y'all go to college, right? And you don't necessarily become an expert in your field. You become an expert in using big words trying to sound smart. And you sound real smart to a dumbass nigga, right? If you go up to a random nigga with I don't know, with a fucking grill in Florida that comes out the projects, right? On some Kodak Black shit, but not like Kodak Black because that nigga is actually smart. And you talk what she's talking, the nigga gonna look at you like you're an informant, right? Because you're using vocabulary not heard in this realm. That's what these niggas go to college to do, and then they come out insufferable as fuck with a goofy ass degrees, right? They're not really saying shit. Them niggas eating word salads every day, but when you're big back, your salad is like burgers and donuts and shit.
You're saying this MRT totally is.
Fat is an endocrine organ.
I know, but can you?
It destroys your hormone balance. It creates insulin sensitivity.
What about
when
the fact
the body has too much fat, it releases insane amounts of different.
I just wonder. Have you heard of social determinants of health?
Tell me about it.
Okay, social determinants of health, a group of factors that impact someone's health outcomes.
Okay.
That are things like your healthcare access and quality, neighborhood and built environment, things like your stress levels, socioeconomic status.
Okay.
So now niggas are not on body game because of the neighborhood that they built, that they were grown up in. Like, is this... I'm learning a whole bunch of new coping mechanisms and coping terminology from watching this video. The mental gymnastics in this shit is absolutely insane. You're telling me that the reason why you're a big back is because you grew up in a gated community where 5 miles down the road, every restaurant that you could think of was in access. That's an environmental factor, nigga. Nobody shoved you through the drive-thru. You went there yourself. All types of excuses, all types of coping.
Here's the thing. A person who's fat or lives in a larger body, we can't take away that person has probably experienced higher stress levels their whole life from experiencing marginalization every corner, from shows like...
Okay, so what you need to understand, right? What kind of stress level instantly inflates somebody? A lot of people use eating as a coping mechanism. That's how you become a big back in the first place, right? Any marginalization that you experience is after the fact because you weren't always in a quote unquote bigger body. You literally dug yourself into the situation. Now close your mouth, stop digging the hole with the fork, and get your way out.
Like the Biggest Loser to the doctor's office.
Okay.
We can't take away that they haven't been given evidence-based health options because when they go to a doctor, they're told to go lose weight.
When fat gets deposited,
Why are you shaking your head when you literally lied and said you tried everything, but you're still sitting here big as shit? This is your little echo chamber, and after the show, at least one of these motherfuckers are gonna go slide on the drive-thru because it's second nature to them at this point.
gets deposited in
But
the
you're
brain.
not answering what I'm saying.
How does, I'm confused. Are you suggesting these are the reasons people become overweight?
No, I'm suggesting that a person could be in a...
These niggas came on the panel just to hear themselves yap. They're not articulating shit. They're just using a whole bunch of words and trying to argue the fact, while the little meter here in the corner with the flag, that shit steadily continues to rise. On the panel trying to act smart for a bunch of fats.
larger body and be perfectly healthy based on their labs, their cholesterol.
7% of people who are classified as overweight or obese, call it whatever you guys feel comfortable with, only 7% are classified as healthy.
Say that was true. Say we knew for certain.
I can go grab the data for you right now if you want.
Say we knew for certain that it was unhealthy, that what you're saying is true.
Here's the classification.
But even then we'd be in this place where, okay, so what do we do? Are we going to send someone down a path of trying to lose weight and then gaining and trying and gaining? And we know that weight cycling in and of itself, bad for the heart, bad for insulin, bad for the brain, bad for all the things.
We work with that individual.
That's what I do in my private practice.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah. And I don't encourage weight loss because it's unethical.
What? Yo, weight loss is unethical? Then why the fuck haven't all these big backs sued Wee Govey into oblivion? Right? Let me know when y'all gonna do the class action lawsuit, because I'm tired of seeing Wee Govey's big back bullshit ass on my ad feed, right? Talking about some weight loss with hims. First, y'all got ED, And now you're combining the shit with Wegovy so that you can lose weight. My nigga, your ED is caused by the excess fat surrounding your area down south. And now, after they marketed a whole bunch of fast food ads, right? Try the new combo from Domino's. And your big back ass ran down the street to Domino's to go buy that shit. You did that shit for 12 months out the year. Now you're fat as shit. And now you're getting ads talking about some weight loss with Hims. They're selling you the problem and the solution, and you're buying both. And now they're on a panel talking about weight loss is unethical. If weight loss is that unethical, let me know when the class action lawsuit drops so I can jump in there and say I was targeted by these unethical ads and they cause mental harm, stress, and they spike my cortisol.
I disagree with you.
And
I
what's
think it's
ethical? You were
unethical.
asking before,
I think
what
it's
do
unethical
professionals do?
not to be transparent with people
And
about the
transparent-
dangers.
Yeah, transparency is the dangers of weight cycling. You can go down that
That's
path.
a separate issue. You're presuming they're
How-
weight cycling. If you're doing your job, they shouldn't have to weight cycle, right?
No, it's not about me. It's about the
What is that? Bro. Some people should not be allowed to graduate from their parents' clothing, right? You know how you was like in middle school and your parents still picked out your clothes for you and your parents never had that shit on. So of course what they picked out for you, you were never going to have that shit on, right? So as you went through school, you got roasted for wearing FUBUs and shit, right? And then in like junior and senior year, after your summer job, your first summer job, you finally came upon some money. You said, fuck all that shit that y'all niggas got going on, right? You went to the mall, you went to the shoe store, and you bought yourself a nice fresh pair of kicks, right? Name brand, not the Walmart shit, right? And then you went and bought whatever the newest trendy pants were, and you bought a shirt with some letters on it, and then you fit right in, right? You graduated from your parents' designer dressing. Now you got that shit on. However, like what I'm seeing on the screen right now, some of y'all should not be allowed to graduate from your parents putting that shit on. Because this bitch right here looks like one of those fucking Egyptian cats. You know the cats with the fucking rings on their fucking neck? That's what we got going on right here. This is egregious.
So are you suggesting that because it's hard and it's multifactorial, we should negate the dangers and not try to get
I'm suggesting
healthier?
that it's more dangerous to weight cycle than it is to stay in a fat body.
Time we have to pause there. Yeah.
Yeah, get her the fuck up out of here. She just came to the table to drop off a word salad full of bullshit.
Thank you for that exchange.
Who put these here? Can someone remove these off the set, please? Come on. No. Thank you.
The fuck is this?
Thank you. That could have gone really bad. Workplace injuries are inevitable. And luckily for me, I know just who to call when accidents like that happen. Once on my way to work, a motorcycle
Nigga, I don't want to hear about this shit, nigga. OSHA gonna beat that ass. Fuck you sitting here talking about I know exactly who to call. Nigga, you ain't gotta call. Somebody gonna have them on speed dial and your ass gonna be out the door. Just for being involved.
cyclist lost control, rammed into my car. He left with a few scratches, but unfortunately for me, I totaled my car into the highway divider and suffered a few injuries. Thankfully, a friend referred me to Morgan & Morgan.
For other people, nigga, get the fuck off my screen, bro. Where do I go skip this bullshit?
Is that the large food companies are one of the primary beneficiaries of the body positivity movement.
Facts. All these ads that they be running, right? Me and Luther be going through it when it comes to these ads, bro. I be trying to watch Luther's videos. Yeah, they telling me about the fucking Popeyes meal, right? The new Taco Bell, whatever. It's like they say, yo, we know you want body game right now, but we know the big back is still somewhere in you dormant, ready to be alive. Nigga, do you want the food or do you want bitches? Because you can have both for a period of time, but eventually one's going to take over, right? It's all about how bad you want it. And yes, these large food companies are farming you big backs like sheep.
All right, if you want to be the next debater, get to the chair in 3, 2, 1.
Nah, that was some fucking virtue signaling and shit right there because, wait. Hold up, did she just try to get up and do it again? 2209. Why is she getting up again? MK Leo, sit your ass down. In the last episode, you got voted off the panel for talking about all the shit that you didn't do, that you claimed to have did to try to get on Body Game. And then she was half-assing it, right? She wasn't really about it. She just wanted to get up and act like, oh yeah, I'm about to go do that shit, right? You know, the same dynamic when niggas be like, bro, you better hold me back, or, oh, I'm glad you held me back, bro, because he was finna get those hands. She sat her ass back down because she wasn't really about it, and the nuke is taking the stage.
Hi. How are you? I'm Chiffon.
Nice to meet you, Chiffon.
So, what are you classifying as large food companies?
Okay. PepsiCo, Coca-Cola.
Why is it that they spend billions on calorie counting apps, on a lot of things that we see in society as forcing the losing weight or talking about losing weight? Because
y'all niggas don't take the shit serious. You know how many niggas gonna ask you, bro, how do you get your 6-pack, bro? And when you tell them, okay, I track my calories, you go to them niggas app history download, ain't no calorie trackers downloaded, right? No calorie trackers downloaded. They fell for the psyop, oh yeah, extra fiber, extra protein, and all of these snacks. They went and bought the snacks, right? And they still didn't count the calories. They just ate all the snacks because they thought they was being healthy. And the funny thing about it, I saw the protein Doritos on the clearance aisle in Kroger. So not only are you big backs not eating the quote unquote healthy shit that's being pushed, you niggas are sitting out here waiting for excuses, like she just said, sitting down with all of the resources available and not believing that you're being targeted. How are these companies benefiting? Nigga, look at you. You are literally the target audience. Your caloric surplus is demonstration that they are benefiting and that they will continue to benefit and farm you big backs just like some cattle.
That to me doesn't make sense and doesn't correlate, but also people that are benefiting from this are the people in the body positivity movement themselves. A little bit about myself.
Wait, can I clarify one thing?
Please.
I'm talking predominantly about finance.
Okay.
Sorry.
Perfect. Thank you. Even that, I still will say, so I come from the wedding industry. So I created the first publication in the world for plus size brides. I've now gotten 13 wedding publications around the world. And my biggest thing is the wedding industry is very centric on this is what the wedding industry looks like.
I don't even know what the fuck she's trying to say. All I gathered from that was that 13 big ass niggas around the world came to you and said, we want you to help us with our wedding because we big as shit. And you're big as shit too, so you can understand where we're coming from. Is that it?
I have created a platform where and not just larger bodied body positivity, but body positivity for all sizes. And I'm going to come specifically from the wedding industry, which is very different, I know, but it still is very weight-centric.
It ain't that different, nigga. Weight-centric. If you look like shit inside of a fucking pair of jeans and a shirt, you're going to look like shit inside of a wedding dress. All these people, oh, I have a wedding coming up. I need to lose weight. You had years to lose weight, right? And you're only going to get bigger in the wedding, so why even bother putting on a facade, right? Because after the wedding, you see how niggas get off a body game? Till death do us part. Till Goyflix and DoorDash, we unite. And now they in the fucking, they in the cut, sitting down, watching Goyflix, eating goofy shit, ordering DoorDash, right? You demolish the cake at the wedding, now you're demolishing cake on the couch. Same shit, different day.
So they're basically going after the intuitive eating dietitians. I can give you Abby Sharp.
But that's okay though, but I want you to listen.
Okay,
because
yeah.
They are doing that.
Yes.
But the aspect that the body positive movement is really for us, that is not even anywhere we need to equate into it.
I don't agree with you. When they're using your movement.
But do you...
What movement? You niggas don't move for shit. That's why you big as fuck in the first place.
And I'm going to say this clearly and for right now, I don't care who uses my fucking movement. I want the movement to be there. And that right there, they can take it. It's marketing and sales 101. Of course they're going to use the fucking movement.
But then
Because
why
they're
can't you guys say you don't get to co-opt our movement?
That's not for me to do. I don't.
That's not for you to do because y'all niggas don't control shit in your life in the first place. That's how you got big as shit in the first place, right? You don't have control over what you eat, so you lack control in every other area. And that's why you're on this panel, shaped like a nuke, ready to debate, right? As soon as they said, okay, we're going to debate how the food companies are manipulating you. Ain't no food company manipulating me. I'm going to get up and I'm going to show them. And that's why he's sitting here, right? Talking about you in the wedding industry. Are you married?
Care about that. The thing is we don't care.
should.
But the thing is, we don't care. We are the movement.
But there are a lot of people that are being hurt by this. And these guys essentially are engineering food to be addictive.
Correct.
And you know what? And I will say this. I will say this.
Yeah.
I will give you the claps on that. I will say, yes, that is true. But what I do want to say is that it happens all the time. A movement starts and someone comes in and takes it. And someone comes in and comes in it. And someone comes in and runs with it.
You don't deny it. You just don't care. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying it's fine for them to do that. But the bigger issue that I want you to realize is
that your biggest shit, right? You don't care who comes in and hijacks the movement as long as no one interferes with your donuts. If you can drive by Starbucks every single day to work and grab that donut off the shelf with your coffee, right? You don't give a fuck about any other movement that's going on because right now you're able to do what you got to do, what you're used to doing, what you want to do, right? They engineer the food and you can't stop eating it. That's why you're biggest shit on the panel.
that the body positivity movement is ultimately for us. If someone wants to come and get on our coattail, that's perfectly fine. But for us, it doesn't need to go away. It doesn't need to go anywhere.
Asking
it
for
doesn't
it to go away.
But
I'm suggesting.
Now, see, there's a suggestion.
Okay.
I like it. I like a suggestion.
I'm suggesting.
How about I suggest these donuts and goddamn drumsticks and you gonna immediately be pacified and not want to argue anymore because you're too busy stuffing your mouth, right? When you're on Body Game, a lot of niggas gonna come around with suggestions, but they're not on Body Game. They ain't got no motion. They frankly don't got shit going on, but they want to suggest, right? You don't stand for anything, nigga. You gonna fall for everything that's suggested.
No, but the thing is I want you to know who the true beneficiaries are. You're saying that they are the main beneficiaries.
I'm speaking financially.
Yeah, and
I
that's
apologize.
Okay. And that's okay. But you're saying the claim says that the large food companies are the main beneficiaries of the body positive movement. That is not correct.
I understand.
Because we are the main people. We are the main beneficiaries of the body positive movement. If someone
Y'all niggas not really benefit from shit because every time you go to the drive-thru, you break open your wallet. The only thing you're benefiting is having excessive dopamine hits, right? I don't really see how you're gonna benefit when you gotta your family has to do laps. Like every lap that you did in the drive-thru, you divide that by 10. That's how many laps your family got to do when they're driving around the crematory because you wouldn't fit in the coffin. You slayed the shit out of them with the Body Game pipe, and that shit just like almost rewired their brain. So now they're like in a constant inner turmoil because it's like, damn, he making me feel like shit, and he's not on the same party as me. But that Body Game pipe was so diabolical, I just have to go back for more. And it's a win-win, right? I pulled this shit countless times, and pretty much I had to cut off the situation every time because the toxicity was getting to a point where it's like, bro, this shit is time-consuming, energy-consuming, right? The juice is starting to not become worth the squeeze. But yeah, this phenotype right here, fun times.
Dieting doesn't work. Protects snack foods from being cut. Healthy at any size. Weight and health are unrelated. Corporate benefit. Deflects from products causing obesity. Healthy at any size. Weight stigma causes disease, not weight. Wait.
Okay, I'm gonna let you.
I'm just showing you. This is
what I
an internal.
Want to bring.
Yeah.
What I would love, and I'm saying love because I want it, but I love it more.
Like food. You want to lose weight, but you love food more. So that's why you're sitting on this chair at 285 pounds.
There.
That's good.
Get up
We
out
got
of
a
there.
pause there. You've been voted out by the majority.
Well, I really appreciate this.
No, this was
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you very much.
Ah, shit. Bubble Bass done pulled up to the scene. We got Bubble Bass, folks. Action.
So I really want to focus on what you've just been saying about the
Your name is Tigress? The only thing close to tiger about you could be your hair. I'm pretty sure tigers are predators, right? The only thing you prey on is drumsticks and sodas. In the jungle, you are a 5-star meal to these beasts.
co-opting of the movement, because what you
And in Bikini Bottom, you're a goddamn menace.
seem to be critiquing is the people who've co-opted the movement. Health at Every Size is actually a registered trademark of the Association for Size Diversity and Health.
I know.
So when people are misusing that,
I know
we
that.
are a movement that doesn't have the same resources as the health and wellness industry or the health and wellness grifters or the major food industry, right? We don't have those same...
Yo, how many flap folds are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bro, I fail to understand. How do people let themselves get to this size and keep going?
I'm talking about the way these bastards are manipulating this message.
Right.
To,
Okay.
to do things
So-
that I think are very unethical.
So if body positivity...
Yo, you need to stop fucking shaking your head. The camera needs to not just pan to you anymore, because anytime that someone says some shit that you can use to be like, I'm a victim, you're sitting there in agreeance.
You know, is body positivity over? Part of my argument is it depends on what you're in body positivity for. If you're in it for systemic change, it ain't over because the system ain't changed, right?
Right.
But I do concede the point that, like, we are moving away from some of what we saw as body positivity for the last 10, 15 years.
And what do you mean by
As
that?
we
Sorry.
move away from that, it's
Y'all
less...
niggas ain't moving away from shit. The only thing that you're moving is the weight on the scale, and it's going up. Body positivity was only to help y'all feel better about eating goofy shit, right? Because frankly, the movement has garnered enough attention to where everybody can like go into the movement, right? And say, oh, yeah, I'm a big back. I feel amazing in my own body. And then suddenly they're turning around and they're skinny because of the Ozempic. And they're like, yeah, but you should love yourself at any size. Fake ass.
popular, it's less
Oh, I
trendy.
understand.
We're
Okay.
moving more towards a thin-centric ideal again, or, you know, leaving behind, we've labeled body positivity DEI and we're turning away from that, whatever. As we move away from that, are we going to
Okay.
see the profits of these food industries drop?
Well, you are.
Why would you need
hold
to
on.
make food
Sorry.
genetically addictive if body positivity can just sell that food?
Nigga, look at yourself. Not you, right? We're gonna go right here.
Why would you need
hold
to
on.
make food
Sorry.
genetically addictive?
To catch big backs like you, right? You can't ask the question when you're literally the answer that's sitting there. Why do they need to make gyms available so that niggas can get on body game? Why do they need to make food genetically addictive so that they can sell to your big backed ass, right? And you can blow up like an inflatable. I wish there was a way for people to like see all the food that they have consumed throughout their lifespan, right? Like if you could stand up somewhere and then the food that you've eaten in your entire lifespan was just like represented by a mass behind you. Some of y'all would have masses that exceeds the size of a regular fucking home.
If body positivity can just sell that food. If you could just tell people when you feel good in your body, you're going to eat all the Nabisco snacks that you want to,
Because
then why do we
you
have to make
realize
them
that
addictive?
They don't even want you to stop eating one chip. This is how incremental they are about this. They literally engineer.
sounds-
Okay. Just hear me out. They don't even want you to have to stop and take a drink of water when you're eating their chips. So they engineer how much fat is in your mouth in each bite. There are a team of multidisciplinary scientists that literally work around the clock, 24/7, day after day, year after
Their body
year.
positivity
No,
scientists.
No, it is something far sinister. These niggas are in labs, inaccessible to the regular human, right? You gotta go through a whole bunch of hoops and hurdles to access them. Some of these labs are underwater, right? You're not going to interrupt their big backetry concoctions. Bro, when it comes to this food shit, it really becomes diabolical because these niggas really are working around the clock to come out with the next flavor. The shit be flying off the shelves. And you wonder how they're so good at it, right? Just dropped a community post. They done did it again. They got Pringles with the beer flavor and some other shit in there. The big backetry has no limits.
No.
So this is the thing.
No, I'm
right?
saying
What you're
they
describing
want
is a
no
misuse
friction.
of science.
Yeah.
What you're
Yes.
describing is,
Yes.
what you're
They want
describing
no
is
friction.
business. What you're describing is capitalism. What you're
Yes.
describing is greed.
Yes. I'm
Body
happy to indict
positivity
that.
is not the reason for that.
No, I'm suggesting that I think you guys should get pretty freaking vocal and pissed because these guys are actively manipulating your message. So much, I haven't even gotten to half the shit that they do. So for example, they have effectively lobbied to remove nutrition guidelines and warning labels on food packaging because of harmful shame.
Yup. At some point, y'all gonna see a lot less ingredients, and they probably gonna like make it so that you have to scratch off the label on the box to see the calorie content. That's how much they want you niggas off a body game. And you cannot sit here on this panel and argue anything against that because you're literally the product of what they're cooking up.
There's no accountability for any of this. There's no through line, and it allows exploitation
But why aren't
in
we
ways that I
holding-
think can be hurtful.
Why isn't the entire public holding food companies
I am.
accountable for
I am.
food?
Because y'all too busy fucking eating, right? Ain't nobody gonna be holding nobody accountable when everyone is busy stuffing their mouths, right? They got this shit down perfectly. They dropped those suspect files. Nobody was out in the street rioting. You know what they were doing? They were scrolling on Twitter and eating goy slop. They said, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and flex how much the bread and circuses are doing overtime. A lot more heinous shit came to light. Did niggas revolt? Absolutely not. They sat on the couch and ate Ben and Jerry's, and when they were done, they fell asleep with their hand in a bag of chips. You niggas have been domesticated. Ain't nobody gonna be doing no revolting anytime soon. And that's facts.
I mean, I think there are a lot of problems. I think one of the problems is the assumption that everything that has to do with food and its lack of health correlates with fatness. Because
Nigga, the lack of healthy food consumption equals fatter niggas. No one that sits down and eats salmon, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, chicken, ground beef, and turkey is going to inflate as an individual that sits down and eats donuts, fried chicken, Big Macs, fries, tacos, burritos, and whatnot. There is literally a correlation. At the end of the day, niggas don't want to take accountability. They don't want to blame themselves for eating goofy shit. Woe is me. Everything is my fault. Not. It is the fault of everyone else. And it's just poor little me just stuck in the drive-thru again. Shut y'all bitch ass up and take accountability.
we are saying body
do the
positivity.
obesity thing again?
Well, no,
I'm
well,
fine with it.
we are saying body positivity, and body positivity includes all kinds of ways of being in a body, right? Not just body size. It includes all of the things about disability and skin color and hair texture and all of the things, right? Body positivity. But we really have been coding that in this conversation to talk about body size, right? And you can
Are we
understand.
talking about, okay, I actually didn't think body positivity, to be dead honest with you, I've never interpreted body positivity to be about skin color or gender ideology.
But some of the
I really
people
never
who,
did. I didn't.
But
So
some of the
if
people who
that's- if-
started body positivity and practice it today and talk about the values that
I don't think
have
anybody
meaning for
sees
them.
it that way. That is not.
I'm gonna be real with you, gang. When I first heard body positivity, the only thing I thought about was fat niggas trying to feel good about being fat niggas. I have never thought of body positivity to be something like, okay, I'm gonna be happy about the color of my skin, the color of my hair, the color of my eyes. I have never thought of body positivity to be some shit like that. So if body positivity has gotten to the point where people automatically think that it's about fat niggas trying to feel great about being fat, then the movement has been hijacked by fat niggas, or maybe it just never stood a chance to begin with.
The organization that you work for
Yes.
had to do with a gentleman that started this organization because his wife, label it however you would, I don't know what word you guys feel comfortable with.
We've been using fat for 57 years. So
Fat's
you can say
okay to
fat.
use? Okay.
Yes. But see, okay,
want me to
so,
call
like,
someone fat?
you are, but listen, Jillian, you've positioned yourself as being really, really knowing this movement and really
Guys.
knowing where we're showing up. And it is really,
Y'all niggas are showing up in the drive-thru undisputed.
What is
We
the
have
core
different
premise
angles.
of discrimination?
The
It
core-
starts-
So you telling me the body positivity movement is now something where, oh, I was born into a gay nigga's body and I just don't have any choice but to live in a gay nigga's body. So I am scared of box, right? And I just can't do anything about it. So now I'm joining the body positivity movement because I'm stuck in a gay nigga body. That's what we're on. Yo, mental gymnastics that need to be entered in the Guinness World Book of Records.
started with regard to being fat. Am I right? That is what he started your organization
My
for.
organization, yes,
Okay,
but that's not the
healthy
whole
at every
movement.
size.
The beginning
is
of the-
about access for people.
right. And
who
health at
are-
every size principles talk about intersectionality and multiply marginalized
That is
people.
not how
All right,
the
we
messaging
have to
is
pause
being
there.
put.
Nigga, we're about to stop here. They about to get Bubble Bass the fuck up out of here before she blow any more bubbles into the goddamn chair she's sitting in. I have had enough of this fugazi ass shit, right? Niggas in here dropping mental gymnastics records, world records, right? Shattering records, all because they couldn't put the fork down and stop goddamn eating. So with that being said, that is part 2 of this video. I hope y'all stay locked in because these niggas are all permanently locked out. And I'm up out of here. Peace.